cute kitty in my
Fucking
table.
Craig.
I can't sit down.
That's
I
okay.
always have to remind myself this whenever my like pets are impeding my comfort. Your cat will get up and in like 2 seconds sit down and be comfortable again.
He's been there all afternoon, though.
Oh, he's warmed the
Nero,
seat for you.
Nero's getting big.
He is. He is. I'll just have to sit on the couch. He's being so sweet today, and I don't want to wake him up and then have him be a terror, like jumping on the kitchen table. So,
Yeah. And mine's over here on the on the corner of the couch being a loaf.
yeah, he's just being way too cute right now.
Well, I was starting to recant just before you hopped on there too, that you guys had left off with coming up to the top of the tower to meet the goddess, hopefully, after doing some lever pulling. And you would shifted to what your perception was. It was just a phasing out and then a phasing back in up to another larger room with a domed chamber at the end of a hallway that led out into a larger chamber that you can kind of see a large figure in a room, what you would perceived as kind of chanting, or not really chanting, but more of like casting something miraculous. And there are bookshelves lining the hallway and her chamber. I don't know if you can see that from here. No, you can't really see her chamber that much, but you can see that she's at the end of the chamber.
Oh, she's big.
She's very big. She's like 15 feet
Okay.
tall.
Can I check out these papers? Are
You
they
can,
actual papers?
yeah, you can look at them. That one that you're looking at currently, though, as you neared it, you can tell is a roll of blank not just parchment, but a literal roll with a scroll. That's the word I was looking for, but blank, as to what you can tell. Of maybe papyrus even too. It doesn't seem like what you're familiar with paper-wise from the northerly areas where you hail.
I'm gonna pocket it.
Okay. Papyrus scroll.
Papyrus.
So, kind of on a different note, just because I'm gonna be, oh, I don't know what to do. Yeah, my D&D Beyond is doing something that I don't. For some reason now I have a proficiency of 3 bonus. Supposed to have a 2, and none of my bonuses are right, even though I put the right bonuses in. So it did something. And it's like, I think it's like calculating, I don't know.
Racial bonuses and stuff. That's some
Yeah,
of the
but I put that in already because I said override and just do manual because I'm just grabbing, I don't know.
That's what I
Like,
just
I've already included my racial bonuses and my level up bonuses with my, like, background, too. So it's like, I can't just, it's like trying to be really efficient, but it's not good for, like, jumping in at level 5. Oh,
Yeah.
it says level 5 to level 6. Okay.
Yeah, there should be something. I was gonna say, whenever you level up in D&D Beyond, it normally tells you all the stuff that you need if it's all already in D&D Beyond too.
Yeah, but I'm
That's
starting at a level 5.
yeah. It should I don't know. I see where you're coming from completely, but it should do some of that stuff where but I don't know how much of it that you would homebrewed that you might have to put in yourself, you know what I mean?
What I'm saying is that it is doing that stuff, but it did it naturally to the wrong stuff. So I have to change, like, none of my, like, we have, as a bard, you get, it's called, like, master skills or something like that at second level, and I'm proficient, jack of all trades. I can add 2 points to anything.
Mhm.
And then, sorry, I'm just bitching because now I have 2 parts of my character sheet is in 2 different locations, and I have only 1 screen. I can't find my shit.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, there it is.
I can relate in the regards at least that I set up. I don't know if you guys seen earlier. It looks like Zeph and Thea did in Discord the campaign in D&D Beyond. So that anybody that is in D&D Beyond can share their character sheet to me that way. Because I felt like sometimes when we're in the actual session, I can't. I'm not I'm not. There was a word that I was going to use, and it was miraculous.
Proficient?
Not proficient. It's It's like purview. I'm not purview to everything that happens.
Prevy?
Harvey?
Prevy.
Prevy?
Privy?
Privy.
Privy? We're killing it, guys.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah, I
Uh-huh.
can hear you. Can you hear me?
I get worried when everything cuts out.
I feel like we lost. Oh, we gained a Craig and we lost
Craig's
a
the
DM.
DM now. You're in charge, Craig.
Oh,
Oh my god, what if Craig
Go, Craig, go.
Sabotaged it?
Now recording.
Your lives.
Well, what's our plan here?
Roll initiative.
make sure Greg doesn't become sentient.
Is this the start of the AI takeover?
Mm-hmm.
Constitution saving
You know,
throw.
I welcome our robot overlords.
Yeah, things would be a lot more efficient.
Oh my gosh, did you guys see NASA posted a 3D picture that you can like look around of like on Mars. I almost
What?
cried. I was like, you're literally on Mars. And then you can see like there's this big old blue dot and you're like, I can see fucking Earth from Mars. Technology is so cool. Oh, it gets me all pumped up. I'm gonna put some air on. I love
didn't see that.
space.
That's great. So I watched the video of Perseverance landing, but I did not see this 3D.
If do you have a Facebook?
Uh-huh.
If you are friends with me on Facebook, I posted it.
Do you think the new rover is gonna go and pay homage to the old one that booted down?
Did
Give like
Curiosity
a little.
stop? Did Curiosity die?
Yeah.
What? How?
Oh, yeah.
So then we have to start singing Curiosity Happy Birthday every year on its birthday. That like always almost made me cry. The fact that Curiosity all alone by itself on Mars every year would sing himself Happy Birthday.
I said that to Ike the other day when we were talking about the new rover.
Yeah, the Curiosity even like gave a like super tear jerking like final
final
message.
transmission.
Yeah, like
It was
Aw,
so sad.
it
I
knew
didn't
it
know
was.
any of this.
Oh yeah, it was heartbreaking.
I think it ended the transmission with goodbye.
Yeah,
Which
like
was
it
why
knew it
I
was
was like,
shutting down.
They should have sent an extra battery with this new dude.
Yeah.
It's only, I think it's what, still like I think they've gotten it down to like I forget. I used to remember though for how much it is for each kilogram to send into space, but I know it's really high. It's not cheap to send a kilogram of anything into space.
Oh yeah,
No, but
not at all.
one of the trips to the International Space Station, like a month or two ago, they were able to smuggle in the ashes of one of the actors from the original Star Trek series.
That's a feat.
Hmm
Because that actually is dangerous. Like if the weight isn't balanced
Oh yeah.
on the payload, like they could have blown up the payload, like that whole thing.
Though I feel like the people who are sneaking that in is the engineers doing the calculations.
You know,
They
you
probably
would hope.
already like gave them the payload status with. They probably fudged the numbers to make things look a little bit heavier than they actually were, just so they had enough room just to smuggle that in there.
I'm gonna have high hopes that that's the case, but I've worked with enough scientists and engineers to know that that may not have been the case.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay. Happy thoughts. It doesn't matter. It made it, right?
Hmm
All right. So what are we doing in this chamber here? We're looking at some. Now that Josh is back, glad to see you're back, Josh.
Yeah, sorry, I got sidetracked.
Craig's the DM now.
He tries the DM. That's
Yeah,
that's
he
the end
took
of
over.
it. He just
Now
becomes DM.
rolling.
Okay, so I don't know what you guys were doing from the chamber here besides Thea, who had taken a roll of unmarked parchment. A scroll, not a roll. A roll is a scroll with a roll.
Yeah.
Hey, Liv, I don't know if you're like
My bad.
typing.
Get your shit together, Liv.
I was trying to figure it
God.
out. I was looking at the screen, like watching each time that I heard the noise. That time was the only time that I seen that it was only your thing lighting up.
Yeah, I'm in the kitchen making a snack, so it's okay. I will mute myself unless it's something going on.
What? Does your proficiency bonus increase at 5?
Can.
Oh my goodness. I want to be present. Then that would mean my acrobatics is now 7 instead of 6. I have to make sure my numbers are right.
Okay, what about this paper while we're doing that?
Did someone read? Do we know what they say on
The
them?
one that you're looking at there, Thea, is visibly written on, but not at all in a language you understand, or for that fact, any language that you know.
Okay. The other one was blank, and this one we can't read. So no, I haven't read anything yet. I'm just gonna leave it.
We can probably pass it around. I'm sure somebody knows what it says.
Hey guys, there's a paper over here. If anyone wants to check it out.
But she's like pointing to the goddess that's like floating, I'm guessing, in the center of that room. I mean, we pass it around. Does any of us recognize what it says? Josh?
No, no one really recognizes it as to what you can tell. It's just a garbled mess of almost what looks like even childish scribbles to some.
Is it any similar to the note that I have tucked in with me now.
Just remind me what that note is.
That note was from the guy who died. He was sending a note to his family, Ella Clam.
No, that one is distinctly different, and like I almost sort of alluded to, that one seems to be more of a cipher, if that makes any sense. Like the words are or sort of intelligible, but they're like you can pick them out, but they don't make sense in context. Like
I
the cat
compare it.
walked out the door with the pants on his head, and kind of deal. Like there's
Okay.
words that you understand, they just don't make sense in context.
And do I notice any pattern
In
to any comparable pattern to the letter and the letter that I have and the letter that Thea is providing?
No, not at all. The rhythm is nowhere close.
Okay.
Not visibly, anyways.
Okay. Can we see the god from where we're standing?
Yes, you can see her back at least, and that she's facing away from you, with her arms outstretched, and she's clothed. She's got a headdress on, and she's standing in the middle of what appears to be some sort of magical aura to everyone,
She's-
visible, not just. It's
She's
invisible.
standing though, not like floating or doing anything weird.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And it's
But
that's
she's
that's
like
what-
15 feet tall, so we know that there's something different about her.
Yeah, besides that, she's visibly 15 feet tall. I mean, that you can tell from this distance, at least.
She's chanting too.
What color's her skin?
What you can see is it is a dark chocolate color.
Ooh, does she have any tattoos?
Not that you can tell. No.
Can we hear what she's chanting?
There doesn't seem to be a chanting. It just seems as if she's chanting because of her motions. She's standing in the middle of this, sort of swaying, and her shoulders are kind of moving and shrugging, and her arms are kind of not twitching and not swaying, but they're moving to some sort of rhythm that you can't hear.
She's dancing.
It
Doing
looks like-
yoga.
yeah.
So if other people are approaching her, I'll follow. But I mean,
Yeah, so
not
Mime's
particularly.
gonna run forward and run into the room. Mime's not gonna do anything else but run through that middle chamber and into the chamber with the tall lady.
It's our Mime.
Okay. Okay, so you haven't actually physically moved. That's what I was questioning. So
Yeah,
you're
no,
running
I'm doing
straight
that
to
now.
the door. I just got you.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Once you get to right in front of the door, basically, you hear a resonant sound, not just a regular but it's not a yell. It is very outspoken though. Huh?
Mime stands up real tall at attention and does like a fingers to the forehead salute. And just stands there.
Thank you. I would not like this ceremony interrupted. I am attempting to stop and or stem the flow of power from my tower.
Baduntis.
And as you'd gotten there, Mime, you gotten a full view of the chamber she's in, which is surrounded by books as to what you'd presumed from the hallway. There are 2 doors off to the sides, and up to the northeast, there is a medium-sized figure that is kind of standing off to the side, and he's just standing there kind of at attention like you just went to, and waiting for a command almost, it looks like. And he's noticed you come into the room, obviously, too, but he has not said anything.
Wait, I don't see this character.
You do, he's up to the top left. Or
He's
right,
not
top right.
there.
Right, top right, top right, top right.
Does
You
he have
might
a name?
I see him.
It should be Huron.
Yep, nope, I don't see him. I'm gonna refresh.
I see him. I'm standing in front of him. And also, I found the proficiency bonus. It's in the freaking chart. Right in front of my face, but it's only there. It doesn't say that. Like usually the chart. Sorry, I'm salty right now because I just spent way too much time trying to figure out why my proficiency bonus leveled up. But it's just a good note. Usually that chart is a summary of the whole thing, but it doesn't say proficiency bonus anywhere but in that chart. So fun stuff. Okay, cool. Let's continue. I'm standing in front of Heron,
Huron.
Heron.
Oh, I don't see you. I was gonna say, Mime's gonna.
What? You're standing
Um,
in front of Huron. Or
I
you
don't
just
see
around.
that either.
The edge of the room.
Yeah,
As close to the wall.
Zeph is standing on top of Huron.
Really? Maybe I need to
Mhm.
refresh.
What?
Oh, I see
I'm
Mime
refreshing.
moving.
Yeah, no, I don't see any of you guys. I see me and Heron. I like inched
Yeah.
across, like with my back to the wall and like sidestepping so I could stay far away from the center, but I wanted to get over to Heron and
I
point
think
some
you're
finger guns at him.
you're kind of confused by Thea's new skin, maybe. Because Zeph is
Was she
standing right.
turned into Heron?
No, Zeph is standing
No.
right next to Thea on that screen.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing on mine too.
I'm not. I just refreshed and he's gone now. So I think it was just a
Glitch.
computer error.
Yeah. Okay. So you've walked up to a gentleman who's standing there, and you've given him the old finger guns there, Mime, and he's said that he kind of looks off over to you like squinty eyes. Who are you? And but doesn't say anything and keeps his attention back on presumably his master because he's, like I said, standing at attention and staring directly at the goddess, waiting for a command almost.
Mime's just gonna mirror him. And everything he does for the next 15 minutes, Mime's gonna do.
Okay. He stands vigilantly at attention.
Okay, who wants to speak to this god?
Yeah, I mean, we should probably go in since.
Yeah, I don't really have
asked us
anything to say to
to.
the god, but sure.
Are we allowed to go in?
I'm
Or
going
what
in.
is she doing?
Would we have heard her tell Mime like halt?
Yes, it
Okay.
was quite resonant from the rest of the chamber, and she'd seen that you guys had come into here and stopped, and you kind of see her glance over her shoulder again, but more of not really like she turned her head, more of that you could physically feel her eyes just look to the side, and her slight quirk of her head as you guys walked in. And she'd seen Mime walk off to Huron and stand at attention and has not said anything since. Okay, Squall and Idril, you were the last 2 that aren't in this room. Is that purposeful or?
No, I was just paying attention and forgot to move. That's all.
You're good. I just wanted to ask instead of like waiting for you guys to walk up there. Bree, you were on mute. If you said anything. She didn't walk away without or with saying something that I missed, did she?
Something. I think last thing I heard, I think, was something about making a snack.
That was Liv.
Oh, my bad.
Now good. I'm gonna assume in this case, as a shield and waiting to see what happens. And so everybody gathered right there, and burst of energy throughout the room. And she turns. That's good. That's good. Appreciate assist, as it were. Um, and it's you guys. Got a few to know if you. To let you understand. Fucking Craig, he
Jesus
lost connection.
Christ.
Yeah, he asked me to reconnect him there. In a manner of speaking, she wants to reconnect with Al, but she also, to your question there, Squall, I would like more of the power that he provides, as he is the actually think of Al more as the transportation device of the interdimensional planes, and we reside in those planes. He is far beyond my power even in that sense, because I could never hope to be the highway that he is to all things.
Okay. Okay.
Want his power?
What's that there, Shia?
You said you want to be more powerful?
As all goddesses and gods would. But
How
only
does-
to provide better and to do better by those who follow me.
What about
In
people
what
that
way?
don't follow you?
They are
What do you-
they are allowed to do as they wish, but I would advise them in the path of knowledge and logic and the such.
Okay. Okay.
I mean,
So how would you
so if
Go
you're a
ahead.
goddess, like I just
I'm just a little confused because like you said your people were killing themselves under advisement of like the demon that was possessing their father, but if you're a goddess, why didn't you protect your people?
As I explained, my powers were limited by this exact act. By less belief in me and less understanding and or followers that I have, then
Technically, their belief was so strong that they were willing to kill themselves. So doesn't even though they were following the direction of others, they were still believing in you.
she just kind of gets a grin on her face and, well, I mean,
No, I get
I
it.
I can't I can't control how the power of belief works in this realm as it is the to what you're kind of interpreting as belief is one way or another, and they were believing in me perhaps, but it was misplaced because I would not tell them to do such. It was redirected, if you will, into the chaos that those demons would actually prefer. I would never want one of my followers to kill themselves in belief of me.
No, I get that. That makes sense. It's kind of like you guys ever see Wrath of the Titans? No. Okay.
No.
There's a similar thing on that. It's basically people were believing less and less of the Olympic gods, so the less believers, the less power they had. So they couldn't intervene and stop certain things. So I
Oh,
get
but
I
what
get what
I'm
she.
saying is
So
that they still believed in her. In fact,
Yeah,
they were doing more. And I guess what she's saying is that they were believing in her, but the acts were not of her liking. So because they weren't of her liking, it didn't apply, even
exactly.
though they were
Because
believing to her.
so
It
if
be,
belief
because
is energy,
yeah,
and she thrives off that energy. Basically, the belief and the energy that her worshippers were giving off were being siphoned by the demons. That's what was happening. They were believing, but the energy didn't go to her. It went to the demons, siphoning it. And then,
That makes sense, but I'm hesitant.
yeah, I
the
am
only
too.
I'm hesitant with any creature that says I want more power.
the okay, so that's just your own interpretation there.
Yes.
I won't invade upon that.
I just
So,
think,
oh, go ahead.
I just think it's funny that we're like, I don't know, seems fishy, and Squall's over here like, oh no, that makes sense. Yeah, cool.
no, I'm just putting. No,
Squall's
I'm
a
just saying,
philosopher.
like, I am understanding what she's saying. Like, I am a
Squall
full
makes
believer
pacts
that
with people all the time.
Yeah,
power
I know.
corrupts
That's why
power.
I'm like, So the fact that the warlock of the group is like, oh yeah, it seems legit.
Oh yeah,
That's
totally.
right. So what would you have your believers do to show belief? Oh, did Josh leave? That was for him. Also, do we have the table on us?
No, it's back at the ship.
I feel like we're walking on the line of trying to fight a deity.
So, your question there, Thea, for Zenith
Mhm.
was
It was, what would you want your believers to do to show that they believe in you?
well, the pursuit of knowledge and measuring and logic, obviously, as my name entails.
So
I read a book yesterday, so
Yeah. And speaking of pursuing of knowledge, we actually came here for a question. I'm looking for help um, to solve the sickness of my people.
Will that be your boon of me? Because I can help with that.
I'm gonna quickly look up Boon.
Oh, it means like a bequest, like a granting of not necessarily power, but a wish. So you ask for something, and she may or may not be able to give it to you, but she'll work with you to try and figure it out.
So we
But-
have one boon.
It's like a reward from her, basically.
One boon.
One wish.
Yes,
Two
correct.
boon.
We're gonna fight to the death over this boon.
No, sorry, no, it's not like one that you just all share. You each individually get a boon, is what she had offered.
Whoa.
A full boon? Gnarly, man.
Not a half
Um,
boon, a whole boon.
Do you know what's happening with my people? Can I share you like a visual, kind of like touch your hand, you can see? Oh wait, maybe I can make a cantrip. I can actually cast. I mean, I can make a visual, but I don't know if I can create like a set of visuals. Give me a second. Sorry, that was not a full sentence, and it was meant to be a full sentence.
I was trying to figure out what you meant there. I was really trying. And I also
No.
was thinking while I was watching, I think that your mic is still coming from your computer and not the headset you have attached, because it sounded like you were farther away when you walked over the sync.
The
I'll
headset's just for looks.
Yep.
I'll figure that out. Minor illusion.
Okay. Minor
Like, can
illusion,
Can I do that? You can create a sound or an image. So it's like an image. All right. So, I mean, she is feeling like she's gonna like fancy, she's trying to show off to this deity. So she's like, let me show you. Do I need to show you? Do I need to tell you? How do you want this information?
however you feel best as to what it is, because how you portray it then may or not get you advantage, and you're just you're
Yeah, I just I don't know. I mean, you are the goddess of knowledge. I kind of expect you to know if something really bad was happening.
Oh, I do, and I could help, but it is only if it would benefit me, right? Because my tower currently is near to crumbling in the lesser of beliefs that I have, and if I do not propagate it, then I will no longer exist on this plane. It is not just the death of myself that I fear, but rather the death to my followers, and the lack of knowledge that it would cause on this plane.
Okay. She has like kind of squints her eyes and chooses to see what her next moves are. And she kind of she casts an illusion that there is someone. It's almost like a picture from her mind, and it's like she's treating someone on this hospital bed, and she's trying to give the person medicine, and the medicine is black. And so she says, going back into my past, currently, or no, sorry, but currently my town is slowly being overtaken by an illness that it's not treatable to any of our known means. And we have one of the best alchemists of the area, and he taught me that anytime we would put any sort of liquid near the sick, it would turn black. Do you know how to heal them?
And she kind of goes like this. Are you trying to persuade her to give you a boon for free, or is this your boon?
No, this is my boon.
Okay.
This is why we came here.
If this is your boon, then I shall grant it. If you take the vials at which you had gathered, or the flask which me may have, and she snaps her fingers, they shall be able to provide a clean source to clean all of the water in that area of where your village is, and upon drinking it, they will be healed.
So
You're
not even
taking my
giving me
flask?
knowledge.
No, no. So she clicked her fingers, and the particular material that you'd collected from her and from her tower is now and she kind of goes on to explain basically that substance which you had gathered before is almost raw essence of my power.
Wait, so there's no way for there's no knowledge for me to treat them. I'm just supposed to take this unknown. What happens if it spreads further than we can give to treat people?
As long as the water source runs in the area that you have purified, you can take that water to anyone that is sick and they will be healed.
So it's very similar to what is running through your basement.
It is indeed, however, it is not entirely the same, because that will heal and protect most individuals. The type of sickness you are looking to cure is that of the void, and that at which has challenged me and my kind alike. That it is an ancient being similar to Alalopolis, but is opposed to Alalopolis, who is connecting everyone. The void is trying to destroy everything and everyone.
So what's in Mime's flask will only cure the void, or it will cure anyone of anything?
It is upon what it was doing, it will cure them of this sickness that the void has provoked, which no one has. If you don't have a name for, if none of your followers would have a name for, I would name the void sickness.
He is getting rubbed the wrong way from this woman.
Rubbed the wrong way, eh?
Mime is gonna
Funny.
take out their flask and take a swig.
Oh, I knew she was gonna do it. That's why I asked. Like, who are we gonna give this to?
Instantly,
So then one Mime pees. It's a
She
form of
cures
cure.
your entire town.
any form of your health is already full, but you were a little bit a little hungry right then.
I'm always hungry.
But as you would, I'm assuming only took a sip of it to test it, so to say, to be the test.
I took a
guinea pig.
swig.
Okay,
A
you
full
did say
mouthful.
swig. Yeah. So and it's still like, what did we say, like 10 gulps or something like that?
Oh no, there's a lot in my flask. There's
I was-
actually a specific.
I know, I'm sure there is, but I remember when you would ask, how much is a flask fill? And I was like, it's like 10 gulps.
Water
Something like that.
skin. 5 pounds?
Okay. So you took, and a
1
pound
pound.
of a gallon of water is 8 pounds. So you've got probably about
Jesus
a little bit
Christ.
over half a gallon.
So that's the water skin. So yeah, I've been calling it a flask, but yeah, it's a water skin.
And
Yeah,
you
so I have a lot.
probably drank like 5
1
ounces,
gallon. Oh.
5 or 6 ounces.
Okay.
It's a chug.
It was a
5 to
chug.
6 ounces? A shot is an ounce.
Yeah, but do you take like
So maybe like
have you-
3 ounces. I'm a little guy.
Have
True.
you seen me? Have you seen me take? First off, that's just I'm not a good example. Someone else needs to answer
Yeah, I was
that
gonna
question.
say, me and you both.
Yeah, we
Oh,
both can't
oh.
take shots.
So no, I actually wrote it down in my character notes. It's 4 pints of blue liquid from the pool in the Crystal Tower. So we said 4 pints. So I'll say that minus 2 ounces.
Okay.
Nice notes. Specific.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Is my voice
Um,
really loud
No,
you were
it's quiet.
fairly quiet.
right now? How about now?
Mhm.
That's better.
It's better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, switch to my microphone, Mike.
Let's see your drink. How is it?
It's delicious. This is a spiced pear gin fizz is what it's called. And basically during lunch today, no, I can't lie because
delicious.
I was talking to Cass during my meetings today. I was making the spiced pear sugar simple syrup. So it's like you basically put a whole pear in, you put half water, half sugar, and then mulling spices, and then you just let the pear dissolve, and it makes this like pear syrup. And you basically put in like 2 shots of gin. It says 1 shot, but I might like I think I poured 3 shots into this.
Just
Um,
one
One
shot.
Mime gulp.
yeah, one Mime gulp um of gin, uh a little bit of lemon, a little bit of the syrup, and let's see, pear juice, and then top it off with club soda. It's delicious.
So that is a miraculous drink there, and I need to make that now.
I'll forward the recipe to you guys.
Yeah, man. Especially because every fall I get something called winter pears. Last year wasn't so great because it was so dry, but I'm hoping for this year it's a really wet summer and get a lot of freaking pears because of the summer before last I got, I don't know, 15 buckets or some 5-gallon buckets or some shit like that of pears.
Holy moly.
A dry summer.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah, it didn't rain at all last summer.
Yeah.
Remember if you guys are. It's always raining in Pittsburgh, so.
Not last year because I'm right across from you.
So I'm surprised. I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's right. It was absolutely amazing out because we were in a fucking pandemic and I couldn't go outside and there was no pools that were open and I was furious because I prayed for a nice hot summer because we haven't had one in a long time and we got it and I was stuck inside and I was so mad. And then this winter is gorgeous and snowing. There's so stuck inside. This is terrible. 2020 is a bitch. And
Yeah.
I'm saying 2020 because we're in the 20s now.
Yeah.
I'm so
So as you
salty.
had done that too, and with this, she'd finished her tirade there to a little bit and done her snap. The vials that you were carrying to Shia, if you recall, of it, and the thing that Mime had drank there had kind of sparkled, and she was like, in more than her normal tone, which she'd been speaking, boon granted.
Okay. Uh, and will that still work with this one taking a chug of this?
Worry not, as long as at, at least a couple drops go into a said water source or another, it will work.
Okay.
Just a
So
couple drops?
Indeed.
So we're gonna spread this everywhere.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Wait a
So-
second. I've seen the
Wait
Batman
a
movies.
yeah, you're like squinty eyes. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. This is making me
I
mad.
pat Sia on the back.
I mean, I haven't died yet. Can I, like, is there anything different? Do I feel any, I know you said that I'm, like, not hungry anymore and I don't have anything to heal. Like, should I roll? Is there anything else that I can notice about myself? Am I different at all?
You don't
Someone want to do some detect
feel
magic?
you don't feel any physically different besides that all of the things that you would noticeably understood as ailing you. So even if you had like a creaky joint or like a sore muscle, all of that achings and pains were gone.
Did I get taller?
And the arrow, which has actually been lodged in your arm since the bout with the demons, if you recall, it was actually one of the set here that had lodged an arrow in your arm, had kind of
Oh yeah, that.
sizzled off and fell to the floor. Just the center of the portion of the arrow is no longer in existence, and the arrow is in two halves at your feet.
Well, guys, so we can't do anything else more here at the Crystal Tower, except for I guess go collect more blue water. So we eventually have to go back to the ship, right? So, we could go back to the ship and like run all this past not Clam, Al, Alalopolis, and
That's why his
can
name
try
is
to
Al
see.
Short.
Yeah, we can try to see if Al can verify the story.
If we can communicate.
We can figure it out.
Shia is going to do an insight check on the god.
Okay.
Yes.
What are you
goddess.
looking for?
I am trying to read the truth of our character.
Okay. To tell whether or not she is what you would perceive as good or bad.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to insight the character's motivations.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just want to, I had like a visual, and basically it's like the goddess was like, your boon has been granted, right? And she was like, okay, maybe I can trust her. And then you guys were like, oh, drink it. And then Thea was like, yeah, we'll just spread it all. And she was like, exactly. And she was like back to like squinty eyes, like, I don't like hmm hmm
I'm just here to stir things up.
Roll
So-
that intuition.
Or insight.
Isn't that like the same thing?